So these are the wax patterns that I cast from rubber molds, or clay originals or earlier casts. This women tormenting a man and low flying crow. The sprues are attached later, the pouring cups, the gates and the risers through which you will pour the metal later. They're stuck together with toothpicks, skewers, and sticky glue. Sticky wax, that's that green stuff, sticky wax, blue stuff. They're sprayed with a pre-wet, which is a colloidal silica in a spray bottle. And when that's dried, the dipping starts. 15 dips in all. Here I'm cleaning the sandbox without my face mask. White lung. Now he puts it on. Cleaning the slurry out of the ceramic slurry out of the sandbox. It takes 15 coatings in all. The first several dips are coated with fine sand. Later you'll use coarse sand. As the slurry pot has to be turned, it has to be stirred constantly once you start. So keep that paddle going. You turn it off to dip and then turn it back on when you get finished. Take it to the sandbox and coat it with sand. The ceramic shell is a concoction of colloidal silica, fused silica, ground up quartz, God knows what else. A witch's brew that has to be stirred constantly once you start the pot up. And until all the molds are done, which could be a week. Takes about 3 hours to dry between each coating. When it turns yellow like that, it's dry. It's ready for the next dip. The third dip, you wrap fiberglass dipped in slurry around it, and later, the sixth dip, you I think it's the 10th dip, we wrap with chicken wire. That's the slurry pot. Wrap it with chicken wire tied tight so it doesn't break when the bronze hits it. Then you have to grind off the ceramic from the cup and melt out the wax from the cup. And it'll be put in a kiln after that, a gas-fired kiln, for 2 hours at 1700 degrees Fahrenheit. This melts out the wax and fires the ceramic shell. And the molds then will be put, when they're cooled, they'll be put into this sandbox to hold them in place. Let the women do the shoveling here. This is Big Carl. Put on our leather garments, face masks. This bronze is a little over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, so you don't want to let it splash on you. You're put foil over the cups so that to keep the sand out of them when we're putting the sand in. And they'll be removed when just before the pour. That's a barrel. There's sand in it to hold the molds. And that thing that holds the crucible is a shank. It's called a shank. Lowered into this pouring crane here, which has got handlebars on one end so the driver can guide the pour. Our master alchemist back there, Michael Warrick, king of the crucible. Crystal and Camilla are pouring right now.
Keep going.
Warren watching.
Good. Coming up the right. Stop. That one. Yeah, a little bit of carbon in the bowl. That's what's going. Go ahead.
It's Carrie taking pictures.
Stop. Go a little more back into that one. Stop. Good. Hold it.
This can be done without the crane, but the crane makes it a lot easier. You're not lifting it, you're just guiding it. The crucible.
Stop. Warren, take that in. Just hold on. All you gotta do.
Hey, Carrie.
We're all done with that stuff. Very good job, folks. Very good job.
It's a wrap. Furnace is covered up and wait for it to cool.
Make sure you handle those with gloves. They're going to be hot for quite a while. Let's take a 5 or 10 minute break and then I'll show you.
Okay, 5 to 10 minute break's good. Oh gosh, that's good.
After it cools, we start breaking out the cast.
Almost all the way off. Good. strong stuff. Stuff so I can get that wire a little easier.
Cutting off the chicken wire with snips.
Notice I'm not pounding on the base of where my pattern is.
Alright, yeah. Yeah, what do I do about mine? 'Cause mine's pattern is all over.
You
Except for
might
the
just be a
cut.
little more careful tonight.
I don't think so. It won't hurt nothing. I'd be begging me not to make her stay fine.
Okay. Well, don't worry about it. I just want to show you this part so you
Oh
can
no,
see.
that's great.
But that's a perfect casting. No flashing. You like that, Camilla?
Yeah, yeah.
Then you have to grind off the screw system with a die grinder or an angle grinder. It's a lot of work, but ceramic shell is a great method of casting. It preserves every detail of your sculpture. And the molds are much lighter than investment casting with plaster. Then comes the sandblasting. Get rid of all the remaining bits of ceramic, which looks easier than it is. Sometimes it takes a long time to get rid of it all. That's crystal.
Blame me.
I love the head, don't you?
That's so funny.
Here's where we show off the fruits of our labor.
But now because you welded on it?
Oh yeah, that's right.
I guess it's like flash drive too.
So this was my first bronze pour. Trophy. Low-flying crow. Women tormenting a man.
I love the veil in the back right here.
Oh yeah.
And this is, and if you look at it really close, it's got the weave of the fabric and everything in it.
That's one thing
It
about
looks really
ceramic shell.
Camilla's Madonna.
Is that it does give a lot of detail.
But it's got lots of stuff wrong through
Your
here.
CD? Yeah, I got it in my office.
There's nothing.
Shut it down.
But
I have a lazy eye. Did it do it? Did it do the lazy eye?
Must have
did it?
some more shut off.